This Use a Play is brought to you by...
Got kids? Then you need video on demand from Flow, with hours of entertaining shows and movies for boys and girls of all ages. There's always something to watch. Simply press the VOD button on your Flow remote. This is how we do TV. This is how we Flow.
The suspected murder and the death of a tourist top the afternoon edition of the Barbados Today update. It's Friday, February 5th, 2016. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Barbados records its first murder for the year. Dead is 24-year-old Travis Keane Leon Austin of Prior Park, St. James. Austin's body was found in a track at Central Close, Haynesville, St. James, around 10 minutes past 11 last night with a number of stab wounds. Police investigations into the circumstances surrounding his death are currently on the way. Meantime, a police probe is also on the way into the unnatural death of a Canadian visitor. 54-year-old Louise Knight died at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital on Wednesday after she was transported there via ambulance. She apparently got into difficulty while at the Worthing Beach in Christchurch with her husband. Knight was reportedly pulled ashore by two members of the public. At the same time, lawmen are reporting a number of serious accidents, one in St. Philip and the other in Christchurch. First to Brayton Road, St. Philip, where 5 people were injured in a 3-way car accident this morning. The collision occurred around 9:40 a.m. A number of injuries were also reported following a collision on the ABC Highway near the Dighton Griffith Secondary School. Emergency personnel are on the scene. And you can log on to our website at www.barbadostoday.bb for more on these stories. In other news, health authorities are reporting 4 confirmed cases of the Zika virus on the island. 27 samples are under investigation at the Trinidad-based Caribbean Public Health Agency, CAFR. 18 of those were this morning reported to be negative, and the remaining 9 are pending. Minister of Health John Boyce made the disclosure at a press conference to update the country on the virus. He says given the spread of the Zika mosquito virus, his ministry has scaled up its vector control eradication program.
The objective of this program is to significantly reduce or eradicate the vector of Zika and dengue fever and chikungunya, that is the Aedes aegypti mosquito. The components of the program include social communication, epidemiological surveillance, laboratory diagnosis, environmental management, clinical case management, and integrated vector management.
Meantime, Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Kenneth George says given the urgency of the situation and limited resources, pregnant women will be given priority for testing.
And those persons who are particularly pregnant with our symptoms will be given the first opportunity to have testing. So that in a situation where we had a huge amount of resources, we certainly would be able to offer every individual test. But because of the situation we find ourselves in, we will certainly be prioritizing our ability to test. Therefore, first priority will be pregnant women and persons who are at any stage of pregnancy.
The virus has been linked to birth defects in newborns in Brazil. The Chronic Disease Research Center of the University of the West Indies, Cavell campus, says Barbadians can reverse the trend of the high number of non-communicable diseases. Dean and a senior lecturer in the Faculty of Family Medicine, Dr. Peter Adams, speaking at a lecture on campus last night, revealed that studies and tests show persons reversing NCDs such as diabetes and hypertension by entering strict diet programs. And he says the key is weight loss.
Now, 5% of your body weight loss is considered a good weight loss. It may not what a person is hoping to lose, and that's where expectations go wrong, and then you fail. But 5%, if you're 100 pounds, that's 5 pounds, 200 pounds, that's 10 pounds. So 200 pounds to 10 pounds. 10% is considered pretty good, but 30% is what we're doing in the diabetes reversal study in Barbados. That's been done at the Chronic Disease Research Center, and persons are getting a very low calorie diet and losing 30 pounds. Well, that's not necessarily 30%, but they're losing 30 pounds, and they're beginning to show that diabetes is being reversed. So 62% will have the hypertension reversed, 70% will have the cholesterol treated, diabetes will resolve in 77% of cases, and sleep apnea, that breathing problem, will resolve in 86% of cases.
Former Clico boss Leroy Paris temporarily escapes having to pay back the company $3.3 million, which a forensic audit says had been obtained through fraudulent transactions. Lawyers representing Paris and his private company appeared before the High Court Judge Olson Arlene and requested a stay of any further proceedings, which could lead to the former executive forfeiting millions currently frozen in an account at the Bank of Nova Scotia. Our Emmanuel Joseph reports that the judge granted the request.
Then both parties emerged from the number 11 High Court after only about half hour. Paris Assistant Attorney Hal Gollop QC and Vernon Smith QC said the Clico judicial manager who brought the initial action cannot now go ahead with any further proceedings to get the money. Instead, the matter was adjourned until February 25th, along with timelines to have the matter completed and hearing Paris's application to revoke the initial court action that Paris paid back the money. Paris himself was in court this morning. Meanwhile, his lawyers are continuing to fight in a separate case to have the court rule on the application requesting that their client's account be unfrozen. From the Supreme Court, Emmanuel Joseph for Barbados Today.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only $2.25, $2.20. Who? For what? That's the Bear Stair News. I don't read about that from Barbados Today since last night. That can't only can't do. $2.20. Who?
Barbados Today. News you can trust.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Hey, I'm Rabia. Look out for my new segment, Fashion and Beauty with Rabia, coming out this week. It's going to be so exciting. It's going to cover hair, nails, shoes, everything fashion and beauty. I'm excited, and you should be too.
In news from the region, fire officials in Trinidad and Tobago are investigating a gas explosion at a dry cleaners company in St. James yesterday. According to this TV6 News report, the fire sent persons in the area scampering for their lives and also damage to other businesses.
TV6 News understands just after 1 p.m. a truck was supplying gas to Clean Right on Mucurapa Road in St. James when the first explosion pierced the air. Assistant Manager at Sherwin-Williams, John Rodriguez, says he was attending to a customer when he saw people running and was told there was a gas leak.
So I ran back inside to tell everybody, and before I could, I just felt the whole place shake. There was a big explosion. Ran outside, saw somebody with a gash on their hand, bleeding, crying, bawling.
Chief Fire Officer Kenny Gopal says reports that other persons were injured in the fire is untrue.
Only one person, a female from Clean Right, suffered some cuts on her hands and things, but nobody else was injured. They were taken as a precaution for shock or smoke inhalation.
On the international front, at least one person is dead and 2 others were injured after a large crane collapsed in Lower Manhattan in New York City. The collapse, which occurred along Broadway this morning in the Tribeca neighborhood, also smashed the roofs of several cars. Emergency personnel are on the scene where the construction crane is filling the street. And that's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 101 on Flow TV and the Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good afternoon.